Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, it's floating around. Musk bought 10% of Twitter. He's on their board of directors now. The single largest private owner of shares. Now, if that sounds kind of confusing, all that means is as a one person. There are holdings and stuff like that buy stocks, and that's how it affects their price. If you're not too much of a stock person, you've probably heard of the Dow Jones or like the S&P 500. So those are holdings. Those are essentially like, I guess an easier way to word it would be like business accounts almost, but they buy a whole bunch of shares of a lot of different companies, and that's how their price works. If everything that they're holding goes up, their price goes up. But as far as a single person buying that much of a company, it's it's different. It's Yeah, that honestly sounds like kind of Hollywood, to be honest with you. Aside from like, early on in companies when they're getting started and you have like some rich investor who comes in and, buys half of everything or buys one of the owners out, something like that. But what does it even mean for social media and the future of it? Probably nothing, to be honest with you. Um, People talk Musk up a lot about his intelligence and his acumen and stuff like that. And, maybe on average, he's like smarter than the average person, but, you know, I don't think he's gonna change anything as far as like the layout of Twitter or how anything like that functions. Maybe some back end stuff with like data collection and stuff like that. We'll probably get a terms and conditions change in a couple of months that you'll have to agree to. And most people probably won't read it and they'll just, agree to it, and that's fine. But yeah, I would say it might be a good idea for you to actually read through those. See what it says now and then see how it's going to change, because it's going to change. I saw someone saying that, oh, Musk is going to make Twitter into Reddit. And, you know, the one thing I will say positively about Reddit compared to other social media platforms is it's really easy to organize. With all their little subreddit pages and stuff like that, you can find communities really easily on Reddit compared to other social medias. However, that sort of community type thing, how they do those subreddits with each individual community having its own moderation teams and stuff like that, it's really easy to mess something like that up when you get these like power mods and people who are on the moderation team for multiple different, wildly different subreddits. Um, yeah, there's just conflict of interest that are going to come up with stuff like that. Not to mention, as well, you're like diverting your attention away from other things so you can have this bigger umbrella. I I'm not really a big Musk fan, if I'm honest with you. I don't I don't really have much positive to say about the guy other than, he's entertaining, I guess. He's always saying something really dumb, and he makes stock market people freak out all the time because he doesn't know how to shut his mouth, which I don't think that's a him problem. I think that's a rich people problem, but that's a whole nother video. But as it stands, Musk owns 10% of Twitter right now. I don't think there's going to be any big changes. I wouldn't invest in Twitter right now though, if I'm honest with you. You know, maybe wait till you hear on the news them talking about Twitter's reached an all-time high and then buy a whole mess of put contracts because it's going to tank. Not hard, but it's going to correct from all the freak out from Musk buying stuff and his insatiable fanboys piling on. Maybe today or tomorrow, though, buy some put contracts, like a month or so out. And hey, when you make a whole lot of money, cool. I'm glad we could all rob Elon together. Y'all have a good day.